All right, welcome. So, for today's deep dive, our source material isn't some dense academic paper or a complicated chart. Nope, it's something you've probably looked at 100 times and never given a second thought: a restaurant menu. We are going to deconstruct this thing and see what it can really tell us. Because you see, this menu from a restaurant in Portugal is so much more than just a list of food and prices. It's actually a story about culture, about business strategy, and about choice. And it's all hiding in plain sight. Let's get into it. So, what exactly are we looking at here? This is the menu for a restaurant in Braga, Portugal, that has built its entire identity around, well, a pretty wild combination. The bold, complex spices of India, right alongside the classic, comforting traditions of Italy. And they are not shy about it at all. It's right there in their welcome message. This isn't some subtle fusion cuisine. We're talking about two completely separate culinary worlds, coexisting on the same piece of paper. The big question is, how on earth do they pull it off? Okay, so let's start our tour with the first half of this culinary equation. We're going to dive into the Indian side of the menu and see if this is a real comprehensive offering or just a few token dishes thrown in. Right away, the starters tell a pretty clear story. You've got the absolute classics like samosas and onion bhajis, but then look at the tandoori section. A full tandoori mix grill. Now that tells you something huge. They have a tandoor oven, which is the heart and soul of North Indian cooking. This is not a superficial effort. And then we get to the core of the Indian menu. And wow, it's not just one or two generic curries. We are talking about a massive selection of dishes, and you can get them with lamb, prawn, and of course, chicken. Just get a load of this number, 14. That's how many different chicken curries they have. 14. From a super mild and creamy korma to a fiery hot vindaloo, the range is just incredible. This shows a real commitment to showing the variety within Indian food. And the vegetarian section? It's huge. Over 15 different main courses. You've got staples like dal makhani and matar paneer. This signals they really get it, that vegetarian cooking is absolutely central to Indian food culture, not just some afterthought you tack on. And they don't even stop at curries. They have a whole section for chaat, that amazing, vibrant street food from India, plus different biryanis and a whole list of Indian breads like naan and roti. So let's be honest, this is a complete Indian restaurant menu. Full stop. All right, time to do a complete 180. We're jumping from Delhi to Rome. So how does the Italian side of the menu stack up? Does it feel just as deep and classic? Let's take a quick tour through their Italian offering. And yep, the starters are exactly what you'd hope to find. Classic bruschetta, a few kinds of focaccia. It's familiar, it's comforting, and it sets a totally different tone from the samosas we just saw. It's a clear signal that you've just crossed a culinary border. Now, the pasta section is set up like a kind of matrix. You pick your pasta, spaghetti, penne, lasagna, and then you pair it with one of the classic sauces. They've got all the greatest hits: bolognese, carbonara, pesto. It's really comprehensive and super easy to navigate. And of course, you can't have an Italian place without pizza. And they absolutely deliver. We're talking more than 20 different kinds here, from the simple, perfect margherita to more complex pies like the capricciosa. It's obvious this is another pillar of their menu, not just a side option. Okay, so we've established they have two complete, authentic-feeling menus living under one roof. So the question becomes, where do these two worlds actually meet? Let's take a look at the things that connect, or don't connect, this Indo-Italian divide. Just look at the starters side by side. On one side, you've got fried, spiced pastries and fritters. On the other, baked breads with fresh toppings. There's no fusion here. You don't see a tikka bruschetta. These are two totally distinct paths you can go down from the very start of your meal. But then there's this other category, almost like a neutral zone. What do you offer the person who doesn't want Indian or Italian? Well, you create this third space. You've got burgers, kebabs, and classic snacks like French fries. This is the safety net, making sure no one feels left out. And notice the drinks menu. It grounds the whole thing in its actual location, with plenty of Portuguese options. So what does all this mean? Let's pull back from the individual dishes for a second and look at the big picture. What's the hidden story this menu structure is telling us about business strategy and about pleasing a really diverse crowd? It's what I'd call the something for everyone approach. The whole goal here is to eliminate the diner's veto. You know what I'm talking about, that one person in a group who can't find anything they want to eat, so the whole group has to go somewhere else. By offering two complete, popular, and very different cuisines, they make that almost impossible. One person wants adventure, the other wants comfort food, no problem. So, what have we learned from just this one document? First, that it's two complete menus, not one weird fusion. Second, it's a brilliant way to cater to groups with different tastes. Third, it works because there's real depth in both cuisines, not just a surface-level attempt. And finally, it's a powerful business strategy designed to appeal to the biggest possible audience. And that leaves us with a final question to chew on. As our world gets more and more connected, is this clever combination the future of casual dining? A way to satisfy all of our globalized tastes under one roof? Or is it just a step towards culinary chaos, where distinct food identities get lost in the noise of trying to be everything to everyone? It's something to think about next time you pick up a menu.